Hello, my lovely Aries. Welcome to your reading for February 2019. This is a general reading for you, Aries. Also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign. Some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. So this is a reading for Aries sun, rising and moon sign. If you would like to have a personalized reading with me, one that will be much more specific to you and your questions about moving forward in your life, you can follow the link below to my website and book a reading with me from there. So let's get on with your February reading and see what February 2019 has in store for you. First card that surrounds you is the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords, and I get a sense of, Aries, it's about victories. It's about if you're completing a study or have completed a study and looking for a job, there's going to be success around you. If you are hopeful to begin some form of study, being accepted in some institution or learning educational institution, then there's success around that. There's success around plans that you make, anything that you want to complete, anything you want to achieve. There's success around new beginnings, plans that you've made about a new business, about a promotion, about a change in your life, about a change in attitude, about a change in how you view your life and what direction you want to move in. I just feel like there's going to be great growth and success in February. February is going to be an absolutely fabulous month for you to lay down plans, to make changes, to bring in new things. Absolutely, because it's being crossed by the Wheel of Fortune, and it's now your turn, my lovely Aries, to use your will and your fire and your determination to bring in the goodness and the changes that you're wanting. So February is energetically for you a very good month to start bringing in what you want. It's now your turn. The wheels come full circle, and it's now time for you to speak your truth. I'm feeling like you need to speak your truth. You need to put out there what you're wanting. You need to put an end to the influence other people have on the choices and decisions you make. In considering other people, I want to say what my guides are telling me here is, in your considering other people, you've always compromised yourself. There's been a compromise of who you are and what you want and what direction you're moving in, to the point where I feel like a lot of you don't even know what you want or who you are. And it is about unfolding that in February, unpacking that and working out who you are and what you want. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to fulfill in your life? So there's this real moment of discovery for you, which is going to come in February, and I really like that. It's a real wake up. It's a real wake up. And in the subconscious, in behind the scenes, what's working for you? You have the star, and the star is success in any ventures, anything you want to start, any direction you want to move in, any change of direction you want to make. For some of you, it's going to be manifested in the external, in your reality, in your physical reality, the changes that you're going to bring in. For some of you, they're going to be internal, subconscious, personal changes in how you're viewing your life, changes in the boundaries you're going to set for people. Any changes you want to bring in, you're going to be successful in bringing in the joy and the satisfaction in your life that you are seeking by putting those changes in place. Because you have been through some difficult times. You've been through some difficult times with family, with friends, with close people around you. There have been difficulties. You have made compromises. But you're seeing your way clear. You're being offered a a passage out of that difficulty in February. That's going to start the ball rolling. You're going to be offered a passage out of difficulty. You're coming out of that time in your life where you felt like things were not in your control. You were being pulled by other influences. That's coming to an end. You're seeing yourself, your way clear of that. You're setting your own pace, setting your own boundary, creating your own landscape. This is what they're telling me, that my guides do sometimes speak in metaphors, but it is about you having the opportunity to discover yourself and what you want, and not be influenced by others in your life that have had some sort of influence over you. And I really like that. I really like that because it's your time. So energetically, you're going to feel these stirrings in the first 2 weeks of February. You're really going to feel these stirrings if you haven't already started feeling them at the end of January, or maybe, the timing's going to be different for all of you because your natal charts are different. But energetically, this is the energy that's coming in around you. For some of you, have already come. For some of you, it'll be later. But there is an energy of change, of you having this drive and this urge to change things in your life. It's a what about me moment. It's a what about me moment. And, it's really going to create really solid foundations for you in your relationships, in your home space, your home base, where you feel safe, where you feel secure. You are setting about creating really strong foundations. You're setting really strong foundations here. You've got a boat here, and it's offering you a passage out of these emotional times as well. And for some of you, it's a strengthening of a relationship. It's going to strengthen your relationship. It's going to bring you closer together if you are partnered with someone. If you're not partnered with someone, it's an opportunity to find a connection, find a bond with someone in discovering yourself. The more self-love you have, the more confident you are about yourself and able to stand on your own, the more likely you are to bring in someone into your life that is going to match that is going to complement where you're at. So that self-work is really important. But in doing that self-work, if you're in a relationship, it's going to strengthen it. If you're in a family situation, it's going to strengthen it, or friendships. You're just going to have a strong base that you're creating in your life. And I really like that. I really like that. It's a dynamic sort of energy that's coming in for you, Aries. It's really good. A lot of thought here, a lot of, what do you want? What do you want to create? And what you're moving into is the Nine of Wands. And it's a time for you to not make hasty decisions. It's before you take action, which is something that Aries tend to fire in the belly. They just want something and they do it. This is asking you to consider, to reflect, to go within and really think about the changes you want to make. Really think about, it's you going in internally and working out that maze. He's sort of in this maze. He's in this space. He's got to find his way out, and it's a journey. But you're being offered a way out because there's the wands going up the stairs showing you the way out. You've got a wand here that's a torch that will show you the way out. There is growth here. There's growth in this. It's really positive. It's a positive thing to stop and reflect on where you want to go, what you want to do, who you want in your life, what plans do you want to lay. This is going to set you up for the rest of 2019. And so it's not about making hasty decisions, but it's about contemplating. Don't get yourself trapped so that you walk it through the maze and you end up where you've started. We want to get out of this. We don't want to repeat the patterns. So it's about looking at the patterns in your life looking at what creates those patterns, what you want to no longer have in your life, and the new things you want to bring in your life, the new plans, the new dreams, the new ventures, the new business, the new job, the new whatever it is for you. It's going to be different for all of you, but it's going to be a time of contemplating, a time of considering, and that is going to bring you success. That is going to move you into a path or a journey that you want to go on, without being pulled by others, without being influenced by others, which is really important. So how does that come about? What does it create in your February? What does that energy manifest itself as? And here you've got the Ace of Cups, and this is about bringing in abundance, bringing in peace, bringing in beauty, bringing in all that nurtures you. All that nurtures you. The cups is about emotions. It's a water sign. It's fluid. It goes with the flow. It nurtures. It brings, it feeds life. Without water, we're nothing. And it's about following your intuition, following that inner guidance, being nurtured, being loved, self-love. So it's really time for you. It's time of healing for you here. It's going to be a time of healing. There's going to be a healing process. And that healing is going to be in very many different forms for all of you. But there's healing of some sort on some level for all you Aries, lovely Aries out there. Okay, that's going to lead you to the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is about, this time that you've got here, this time that you're given is precious. Don't just hang about, and I feel like I want to say, don't just hang about and let time go by. Don't let February just go by without you looking at some of these issues that are going to come up for you. Rather than rebury them, let them come up. Let the emotions you're going to feel come to the surface. Have a look at them. Look at them in a different, when you're suspended upside down, I always say the hangman to me is also someone that changes their perspective on things. When you are upside down, everything looks different. So there's a change in perspective here for you. Utilize that. Utilize that change in perspective. Look at things, walk in somebody else's shoes. Look at things from a different viewpoint when you're solving these issues that are coming up for you. But take that time. It's precious, so don't waste it. Utilize it. Make it work for you in February. That's going to be really important, because here then you've got the Ten of Swords, and this is not something for you to fear. You are in a protected space, and it's not about hiding away either. It's about bringing these things up and really viewing them with honesty. And for some of you, it's going to be a painful process. It is going to be a painful process, but it's not one to be feared. It's one to be embraced, because in that, swords are about the mind and are about thoughts and how you think. And so allow that to come forward. Allow that reality to come forward. Utilize this change in perspective to look at situations that have caused you pain. Look at situations that have not been pleasant for you, that have been in your life that now need to be released. This is a time of releasing. So do that. Change the perspective and revisit these situations, and use what you have learned from these situations in moving forward, in identifying what you don't want so you know what you do want, and manifesting it and creating it. By the end of February, you have the Page of Swords here, and he's a happy little chappy. People underestimate the Page of Swords, but he sees his way clear. He's got this, one of his eyes is a torch, and he's got his sword, and he's moving forward, but with thought. Moving forward, not haphazardly charging ahead like the Knight does, but really thinking about it, really laying down plans in moving forward. So at the end of February, it then will be time for you to consider, how are you going to be moving forward from this? How are you going to implement what you have discovered about yourself in February and take it into March? That's what you're going to be asked to do. And it's about thinking about that, taking that process with courage and thought. Don't speed ahead like the Aries with the fire in the belly, but really stop and consider and contemplate. It's an interesting time that you've got here in February. Really good. I'm going to draw a card now from my Osho cards and see what the word of wisdom is for you. Well, you've got two, and I'll give you two because there's a bit of it's going to be quite a thoughtful time for you, a thoughtful time that creates possibilities. So processing what you've learned, processing the wisdom of the lessons you've been given, and it opens up a wealth of possibilities. It opens up a new dawning, a new day, a new way of, a new chapter for you in your life. A new way of perceiving things. The eagle flies high and can see, has great vision, great perception. And that's what's opening up for you. These possibilities with this great perception that you're going to have. Which is interesting, which correlates to the hangman, doesn't it? It's really interesting. And it's, brings on totality, completion. Completion, to bring in what you want, what you desire, what you need. In total, it's about you. It's just about you. Fantastic. And I'm also going to give you a card from my saltwater deck because they're beautiful cards. And let's have a look at what words of wisdom you are going to be given with this deck. Oh, there we go. What have you got? The rock pool. Healing. How lovely. That's so February for you. And the rock pool is tidal, and when the tide goes out, it leaves behind these rock pools where fish and shell life and all manner of sea life find refuge there in the warmth of the rock pool, waiting for the tide to come back in. But while they're in there, they're safe, they're protected, and there they can rest and they can heal in that sanctuary, in that safe little environment that has been created for them. And that's where you are. Create that for yourself in February, where it's a safe space for you to open up and face the things that you're needing to look at and heal yourself. It's about you in February, my lovely Aries. So that's absolutely wonderful. I hope that this reading is beneficial for you. I hope it helps you through your journey in February, bringing on the wonders of March for you. So I wish you many, many blessings, Aries, and I'll see you next month.